Welcome back to the Disney Dudes Podcast, episode 14. Let's just get weird. Yeah.
So weird. It's weird. It's weird
weird.
to even say weird. I mean, because when you think Disney, you think weird, right? Off the top of your head, right?
No.
No. Why?
Because I had a patient tell me, so my new office is Disney themed. And I had a patient tell me it's the happiest place on earth. So I don't think weird when I think happiest place on earth.
True.
I think awesome.
Okay. So none of those like old animatronics in It's a Small World kind of throw you off?
Oh yeah, that's one of my least favorite rides because I just find it freaky.
Because it's freaky / weird. Synonym of freaky is weird.
That's true.
So weird. And there's certain little, like you're walking through Fantasyland, it's all tense and whatever. And I know there's a specific reason why they did it that way, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay. Certain aesthetics, weird. Okay. Yeah. The reason why we freak out over like little men, that whatever type of disease that is, where they age but never grow. Dwarfism is not a it's well, they're both genetic, but you seem like Maury Povich or like Jerry Springer. They had those guests, and they talk like,
"Hi, I'm 13, but I look like a 2-year-old. Yeah, I'm 24. I'm ready to hit the streets like a freak. Hey, boys, swipe left for me.
See, I've been married 15 years. I don't know whether to
swipe left or swipe right. Oh yeah.
You sound like Gollum if he wanted to get freaky.
Yes. You want to freak with me, is this? Yes.
So anyway, so we're just keeping it weird.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So this is officially a Lord of the Rings podcast. One ring to join them all. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm losing AirPods. They're popping out of my ears. See, that's how weird it is.
Yeah.
That's how weird things are. Feels so good. It feels so weird. So outside of the Gollum situation, we could literally nitpick like, oh, well, I thought this thing was weird. That thing looked weird. This guy in front of me kind of smelled weird because, it's Florida. It's all human stuff. You would assume he'd shower, but he was really, really big and was sweating a lot. He smelled like complete and utter swamp,
Yeah.
So we do have, these are perfect, naturally planned segues. Because you're looking at me like, wrap it up. Shut your face. Let's go. No, I have some Disney news if you want to piggyback or interject at any point. But for me, I'm biased. But last week, we did have a very special guest, and I wanted to give a quick shout out to my wife, Emily. She was very shy. And yes, thank you. Round of applause. Get it, round. And but with her, I was not sure if she wanted to do it. No pun intended, giggity. I wasn't sure if she wanted to be a part of the podcast, but I will say this. That woman absolutely brought it. Right there. See her?
Yep.
That's her. So us being married over 15 years, having a good time. I said, and I actually made a little note to myself. I said, when I originally told Emily that we were going to be making this podcast or talking about it, what the theme was, she told me there is no way on God's good green earth, basically when I will be on your podcast when hell freezes over.
Yep.
And then 13th episode, lucky number 13. Look at that.
Hell froze over.
And that was our absolutely longest podcast. And there's a certain point in the podcast from last week, Em's like, yeah, I said, Em, I said, what kind of feedback do you have for me or anybody listening right now, in regards to formatting, whatever? Em said, my attention span and interest only lasts about 30 minutes. And beyond that, you've lost me.
Yep.
Talk about irony. Hello, Alanis Morissette. You were right. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Famous last words. Eat it, suck it hard, Emily. 1 hour and 51 minutes in the books.
Yep.
Suck it.
There you go. Almost a 2-hour podcast. Holy smokes.
Who does that? Not you.
No. No.
Yeah, but if it were me just continuously talking, you'd be like, I'd see your head straight down, white flag, just slowly waving back and forth.
I just do this right here. I'm going to take a siesta.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But all that said and done, we had a great time. And I think so far we definitely got some good feedback, got some good views, some good listens. And from that podcast, I did find out that we got some numbers back. We have at least the Spotify demographics. We are now officially in the United Kingdom. We are in Western Europe. We are expanding. YouTube, yes, randomly you can be seen through searching because people look for Disney-related content left and right, and Disney parks span the globe. But to me, it was extra special because that's where it's more personal.
Yeah.
And that's where people are more likely to kind of put us on in the background. And that's what I'm hearing more and more. You know, a good buddy of mine that I didn't realize listened to the podcast over the weekend. And I was just going to bring him the sticker. I was going to give him a couple of decals, just messing around because we talked about it. And he said, "Hey, man, I've been listening. It's pretty good." He goes, "I mean, it's nothing profound, and that's not the point. But at the same time," he goes, "I'll be honest with you. I was bored before, but you took things to a whole nother level in regards to how I thought I couldn't be bored."
Yeah.
So,
Good.
Congratulations.
Good.
And then other thing is my last thing is we bought last night on a whim, and I told you about it ahead of time, our Magic Band Pluses.
Yeah.
Or Magic Bands Plus, whatever. However you want to say that grammatically or the plural thereof. But I got the 4 Parks Magic Band Plus. You know what that one is? Yep. Yeah. The one that sold out instantly, all that, got that one. And I watched a video. I thought I was like, I've done my research. I'm fine. I read a website. I'm an expert now, armchair quarterback, whatever. No, the video I was watching yet again, Paging Mr. Morrow with all of his friends, little YouTubers that live their best life because they have real jobs. And they were just going around, and I can only imagine like being like a dad, kind of, there's no regret in regards to spending that much money at Disney, but you're tired. It's raining. You've been going all day, and you see these like grown people in their 30s, whatever, going around going, putting their wrists up, like waving it around, like with one of those like 50th anniversary like gold statues, and all you get is like a no, you get you get like a beep, 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 whatever beep, like R2D2 or BB8. That's like R2D2 and R2D2 and BB8 are the only like robots you have to interact with. They beep. I can beep. You can beep.
Yeah, I can
beep. Yeah. So yeah, but it was kind of cool. It like vibrates when you get near one of the statues or said whatever. And certain times of the day, it'll start flashing different colors, and the colors correspond with the fireworks show. So if you're there for Harmonious at Epcot, there's a certain theme for the fireworks or the color. It'll change that color in unison with said fireworks show. Or it's Spaceship Earth changes colors and you're near it, your band is going to change colors.
So it's sort of like that backpack that you and I have seen.
Yes. That Spaceship Earth backpack, which was
that I want. Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
Oh, I got it. I've already found it. I got it.
No, you didn't.
No, of course not. What are you talking about?
Let's say.
It's not like I got like that limited edition Spirit jersey. It cost me like $10. Had a couple zeros, but whatever. Yeah, look at you, jealous. You can have all whatever Godfather memorabilia of your right shoulder there.
Autographed by James Caan, R.I.P.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say a couple things real quick. I've not forgotten about the apparel, the shirts that I'm sending out to people. I will be doing that this coming week. I've just had a lot of stuff going on personally with opening up a second practice.
Yep.
And so y'all will get your shirts, whoever I owe shirts and stickers, decals to. So That's number one. Number two, we planned our trip to Disney in September. So with that being said, I got up on Tuesday morning at 5:30. Got online at 6 o'clock or at 5:45. Wait till 6. Got every single restaurant we wanted to eat at except Space 220.
Yeah.
So probably won't do that, but who knows?
Well, I've heard people can have good luck. It opens at like 11. So if you get there early, if you are motivated when you go to
Maybe like a
Epcot,
lunch or something. Yeah.
yeah, you can go to the lounge or do just a walk up reservation.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Never know. But so got all those, and then that afternoon or that morning at 9 o'clock, 9:01 to be specific, I dialed the number to the VIP tours,
Oh, cool.
and by 9:30, I had booked a VIP tour.
Wow.
So we're going to be doing Magic Kingdom and MGM, and they really, from what I've heard and what the guy was telling me, it's going to be awesome. Like,
wow.
Super cool. And I asked him, I said, can you do all 4 parks? He was like, yeah, you can do as many parks you want.
Wow.
They charge you for 7 hours. The day
Minimum?
minimum 7 hours.
Okay.
The day before you go on your tour.
Yep.
You got to cancel like 72 hours in advance, I think, which is not bad to get a full refund. But with that being said, he said you can ride as many rides as you want except for Rise of the Resistance and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
He said you can only ride those one time.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. So we might, we don't have to take it's personal transportation. They pick us up and do everything. So we're going to try to get every ride in Magic Kingdom.
Wow. Ooh.
Every ride in Hollywood Studios.
Tall order.
Possibly Epcot's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow. Tall order.
Yeah.
But it can be done.
It can be. And the cool thing is we didn't pick anywhere to eat that night. So leaves a little window of opportunity. So, but I will I'm going to take some videos and everything, and but talking about Magic Kingdom, that leads us into tonight's discussion and topic.
True. That being said, we are going to be doing the stylings of tonight's episode in the voice of Gollum.
Yeah.
No, there are a lot of misconceptions, a lot of various misnomers, a lot of rumors, a lot of
myths,
legends that are of the urban type.
Yes.
And that is tonight's dun 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 episode.
Yes.
So, talk about weird. Look up. You talk about weird. Man, we're bringing the weird. Bringing the weird. Bringing it all. So if you're not, so if you're just listening, I put up a background in my screen here. It is Moana. And what's his name again?
Maui.
Sweet Maui. No. Maui, sweet Maui. So it is the face of Moana put on Maui, and then yeah, they pretty much do like a freaking. It's a face-off version. It's Travolta and Nick Cage, Moana edition. Put the bunny back in the box. No, that's Con Air.
Hold on, real quick. Did you see Aaron Rodgers coming into training camp this week?
I heard something about it. Looking like Nick. They said something about a player looking like Nick Cage with that ridiculous long hair.
In Con Air, he was spitting image of Nick Cage in Con Air.
Con Air is a great movie.
It is. It's a fantastic movie. But yeah, that made I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but that's a hot take. But that made me like him a little bit more.
My little bunny, my butterfly. He's got the worst Southern accent of any actor. He has, and I am born and raised low country, South Carolina. The molasses is literally flowing out of my mouth. Big Mama Juju. It's I am as southern can be. So are you. You're from, well, DS Sweet Tea, where you from?
Yes.
I'm kidding. Look at that. See, he's offended. He's from the South. He's offended. You're south of Mason-Dixon line. You're good. If you
have camo and camo. I mean, what?
They have camo in Canada.
Yeah,
God.
but like that's duck camo.
Whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
now you're getting the I know everything about camo. All right. So you're talking Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
This may be this may be all over the place, but let's talk about this. Here's the legend. If
All
we're
right.
going to go into Magic Kingdom, let's talk about the legend. Space Mountain is one of Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom theme park's most popular rides.
Yes.
Even 40 years after it first opened, the ride's ubiquity with all things Disney World have led to some rather disturbing stories over the years, most famously with the urban legend that a rider was beheaded after standing on the ride. You've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And I was the naysayer, like, okay, there are rules and regulations, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But surely but it says here, surely this was just a scare tactic designed to frighten children to behave on the ride, to keep their hands in it. It's a single rider.
Yeah.
This is the only Space Mountain out of all the parks that is a single rider.
Right.
Like you sit by yourself. You're single file. But is it true or false?
I'm gonna go with false.
Okay.
I don't
Why?
think, because if someone had died on that ride, it would have been closed down for a considerable amount of time. I mean, did this person pass away when they were building it or when they were testing it or what?
Good question. It's kind of a combination of the two. It's true
And false.
and false. Or it's false
And true.
So which one? Could it be true or true then false, or false then true? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the person died while they were building it, not when they were testing it.
Okay. Turns out there was a beheading on Space Mountain, but not of a person. The unfortunate victim was a crash test dummy that had its head knocked off as it bumped out of its seat. Good thing, too, because this prompted engineers to test ride clearance heights throughout, and that set the standard.
Well,
So,
good.
Yeah.
So the test dummy risked his life and
Yes.
literally his head.
So it's basically like they used Clemson undergraduates or Clemson alumni to test said ride. Oops, there goes another one. Anybody going to care? Not really. They didn't have all their teeth to begin with, you know. So they tried to sit beside their sister / girlfriend. Shocker. Shocker.
Cousin.
Yep. Hashtag High University of Tennessee. So anyway, that's interesting. Here's another one.
Oh gosh.
Here's another one.
All right.
So, the legend. Disney World, yes. Disney World is widely known for having strict guidelines. I mean, you talk about strict, and like with the new Magic Bands,
Yeah.
there are no returns. And I get that because, there are no returns. You buy it, you keep it. If you have buyer's remorse, too bad, so sad.
Can you sell them on eBay?
Sure, you can sell anything on eBay.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah. I mean, if you link it to the account, so yeah. You did your research on that question. So, anyway, as I was so rudely interjected,
All right.
Disney World is widely known for having strict guidelines when it comes to your guest experience, as they don't want anything that could break the magic, because everybody's in character and they want to keep the magic, make magic, sell magic, make money. Shocker.
Make magic happen again.
Exactly. So such as seeing costume characters without their masks on, or having two of the same character in a guest's field of vision. Do you know why you're never going to see a different themed guest in a different part? Let's say like at Magic Kingdom, you're not going to see somebody that like one of the Jungle Cruise captains in Tomorrowland. Do you know why? You're right, theming, yes. But you know where that comes from. what it dates back to. There is a specific moment, and no Googling. Put your phone down.
Forced perception.
Ugh. Swing.
And a big
Back to swing and miss. No, when Disneyland first opened.
Yeah.
Right. And Walt Disney was just in the park. It was, I don't know what day, but it was maybe 6 months, a year, probably less than a year, but the magic was lost when he was in Frontierland, and he was seeing people from the Matterhorn or from whatever other area, Tomorrowland, commiserating or hanging out together during their off hours.
Gotcha.
And he said, this is not magic. This is not what I just dropped one of my AirPods. Hold on. Ooh. Just dropped it. Boy, my ear canals are perfectly shaped for these things. Good Lord.
Well, Disney would have just said, that's not magic.
That's not magic.
That's not magic.
But your fingers, he has this.
So, but no, he said that would never happen again. So it is a very strict rule. Walt Disney thought he had it down, but you never know until, you try. You it's touch and go, trial and error. But right here. So you'll never see two characters at the same time in a guest field of vision. He said, and yes, forced perspective as well. That definitely plays into it. But as such, there have been some interesting myths that have sprung up as a result of this dedication, including the belief that Toy Story characters will immediately fall to the ground motionless as someone yells, "Andy's coming," in their vicinity, much like they do in the films. So, is this true or false?
They used to do it. I just read this. They used to do it. And then people got wind of it. They used to have like 1 or 2 per day. And then people got wind of it, and they were doing it like 50, 60, 100 times a day. And the characters were getting beat up pretty much and tired of it and tired. So, yeah, they stopped doing that now.
So that is a true and false, or false and true. But that is 100% true. But you're 100% right. Yeah. So images of costume Toy Story characters lying prone to having, after yelling "Andy's coming," yelled at them went viral a few years ago. It probably happened 1 or 2 times, but of course, if you set a precedent, chances that it's going to happen again. People are going to catch wind. We have the internet, social media, whatever, right? Yeah. So it did happen, but it turns out that these were isolated incidents, like you were saying, and a Disney spokesperson dispelled the rumor, saying, no, it never happened. Yes, it happened. Give me a break. Yeah. Stating that they have a policy in place against the practice for, obviously, safety concerns. Right. So yes, that is a confirmed, but obviously you walk up to whoever, there's a snake in my boots. You walk up to Andy, Woody. Yeah. Walk up to Woody. Andy's coming. Ain't gonna happen. So I'm trying. There's one that I want to discuss so bad, but I'm holding on. I'm desperately holding on but I just want to jump into it. It's such a good one, and I know for a fact you're not going to know it. I guarantee you said you listen. You're an expert now.
Does it have to do with a ride at Hollywood Studios?
Not even close.
Okay, cool. All right.
The next 2, not even close.
All right.
Here we go. 3, no, maybe 2. I don't know. So the legend. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Let's get rid of this. I have something on the way. All right. The legend. The Matterhorn Mountain is a prominent fixture of Disneyland.
Yes.
And it houses the Matterhorn bobsleds, right? The Matterhorn bobsled roller coaster.
Right.
I've seen videos, wanted to do it, but there's been speculation over the years that what might be housed in the mountain's summit is a man-made structure after all. There might be something at the summit of that mountain, with many speculating that a fully functional basketball court, of all things, was built inside. Is that true or false?
That is very true.
Okay. Tell me about it. What do you know?
2 different things. They used, when they were the Matterhorn cast members that worked there,
Yeah.
they would take their breaks in the break room
Mhm.
at the summit.
Yep.
And it just happened that Walt Disney wanted to put something that you would never expect in the Matterhorn or in a mountain.
Yep.
And he came up with a basketball. It's only a the backboard, net, and markings on the floor. But the rumors and speculations used to be that California had a strict, or Los Angeles, Orange County, wherever you want to call it,
Sure.
Anaheim had strict rules, and it was a law that came into effect that in order to build something as tall as the Matterhorn, you had to have it had to be a gymnasium or something like a sports arena. And that, for a long time, people thought that was why he put it in there, to get like a loophole.
Yeah. Interesting. So, speaking of hole, the hoop is a hole. You shoot, you score, and that is exactly what you just did. Nice work.
Thank you.
So that being said, but yeah, you said allegedly Walt Disney actually gave the go-ahead to fill it in with a basketball court. So no, the Matterhorn isn't a second home for Disney villains, is what people speculate. Because over my shoulder, it looks like said abominable snowman is about to dunk on that ear muffet ass. That ass.
Yeah.
Yep. Shorty, back it up. Dunking on that ass. So that's a good one, but it's not the best.
Okay, I'm waiting for the best.
So here's one that I know I really don't know that much about. The legend has to do with animation. You ready? Yes. The early days of Disney animation hold a certain mystique in the American consciousness. It has an impact on everybody, especially when it comes to some of the darker, controversial content that was produced in the early 20th century. Just look at the banning of and subsequent fascination with Song of the South, retheming of Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Right. So not going to touch that with the 10-foot pole. This is not apolitical. Just call me Glenn Beck. I am Fox News, reporting live from the Disney News Podcast to offend and lose viewers and subscriptions and potential sponsors. Go away. No, one of the more
I'll be Greg Gutfield.
I feel gutted in a field. That was sad. That was not a good one. Ugh. I just made it awkward, not weird. But no, one of the more infamous urban legends to emerge out of the early Disney era of the early Disney era is that there was a lost cartoon called Mickey Mouse in Hell, or Mouse Suicide. Apparently, this lost cartoon was so disturbing, it compelled a Disney employee tasked with watching the whole thing to commit suicide afterwards. Dun, dun, dun. You ever heard of that?
Never heard of it. I'm like...
You're perplexed. Yeah. So here it is. Is that true or false?
I'm going to go with... let's be weird. I'm going to go with true.
Look at you. The video has surfaced online. You can view it here. And I'll put the link in the show notes for people to see. Whether or not the video, and I'll send it to you in a little bit, whether or not the video is a legitimate creation is still up for debate, as this legend has pretty much been debunked as just being a very believable example of a whatever the name of the person that alleged to leak it, creepypasta, whatever. A name given to urban legends. Apparently, that's a name given to urban legends that crop up on the internet. But still, watch that video at your own risk. Yeah. I've seen little bits and pieces of it, and it's like looks like an old timey cartoon of like, oh hi, oh it's hot in here, and he's literally walking like through. Oh boy, Dante's Inferno has how many levels? So yeah, it looks like he's like a Mario game.
Yeah,
but he's going to his unfortunate demise.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, how do we move on from that? Let's keep it morbid. Yeah, man. Yeah. How about this one? we're gonna back up a touch. All
All
right. We went kind of outside of Disney World and went back in history.
Yeah.
This one is the legend. Okay. We're going back to Walt Disney World.
Okay.
But we're keeping it a little general in regards to all 4 parks. You ready?
All right.
Okay. In keeping with their corporate policies, here's your legend. In keeping with their corporate policies that help make Disney parks as magical as possible, there exists an urban legend that says that Disney can claim to never have had anyone die in their parks, as these persons are always removed from the park before being legally declared dead. Is that true or false?
That's false.
False. Okay. The legend is definitely true. No, it's false. Definitely false, as there have been a few reported cases of persons declared dead at Disney parks.
So, with this being said,
Yes.
I hope she's not watching, but I had a friend from high school whose
Okay.
father had, I think, cancer or something like that.
Ooh.
And they went to Disney World. And I
Mhm.
want to say, I don't know if he passed away down there.
Yeah.
But I've heard of people passing away in Disney. It's almost like passing away on a cruise ship.
Yep.
But passing away down there, and Disney kind of pays for everything.
Oh, wow.
I've heard about that, but yeah. So
There was, and you talk about Disney paying for something, there was a viral TikTok, whatever.
Yeah.
Too old to be saying TikTok, but I got to relate with people with the TikToks and the haps and the stuff. But no, with the TikTok where a girl was wearing, they didn't reveal it, but she said that she was given a free t-shirt because what she was wearing was inappropriate. And that did happen. So other people started trying to exploit that. Yet again, we said that precedent. And it goes back to, Andy's coming. Exactly. So interesting.
Look at that. We didn't even plan that, and we did it.
Super lame. So this one, everyone's heard about the legend. And I'm already kind of showing my cards. The legend. Next legend. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The greatest Disney urban legend of all time involves Walt Disney himself. Disney passed away from lung cancer on December 15th, 1966, but that didn't stop the myth that Disney actually had himself cryogenically frozen until a cure could be found from becoming a fixture in popular culture. So, is this true or false?
It is false. Now, everybody listening, hold on to your hats, because here comes a history lesson for today.
Okay.
So, cryogenics did not come about until 1967.
Oh.
He died in 66. So, with that being said, the guy who came, the president of cryogenics, like the U.S. or National Cryogenics Society, actually came out in 1969, 70, and said that Walt Disney was very interested in cryogenics, but they couldn't have kept him fresh for a year to get it like up and running. Yeah. So, and his daughter, I want to say Diane Disney,
Okay.
came out and said that he's not frozen. He didn't know anything about it, stuff like that. But there was, he just like the episode with Rylan, talking about the chemist, physicist, the German Nazi guy.
Yep.
Baron von Braun or whatever.
Werner von Braun.
Yeah. So how Disney and him kind of came together to talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The same way with this cryogenics guy. Disney and him came together to share the idea. So, but it's false.
Everybody wants something weird out of the ordinary to buy into, but of course, if that was confirmed, what else would there be?
I don't know, but I would if that was an attraction, that would be awesome. I think.
That so you consider that would be Disney magic?
I mean, I think it would just be history, like historical.
Yes,
It's kind of cool.
historical magic.
Um,
It's interesting,
Yeah.
but take your 5-year-old child. Here's the lifeless body of.
well, no, so what they said, what I've read was that
Yes.
Disney. There's rumors and legends. Here's another
Yes.
legend that
Sure.
Disney's body was dismembered and sprinkled around Disneyland,
Okay.
buried under things, and that then there's another one that he was buried. His body was buried under Cinderella's castle in Disneyland.
Yeah.
His head was cut off, shipped to Florida, and buried under Cinderella's castle in the Magic Kingdom. They're all myths.
True.
Yeah.
It's not like I had the curiosity and the personality of a 5-year-old. Is that for real? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. No.
Have you ever seen the movie Walt Disney's Frozen Head? I think that's what it's called.
No. What?
Yeah, I'll send it to you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I sat down and watched it one day. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Way to sell the magic here. So when your daughter turns 5, you know exactly what to.
We're gonna watch.
You like Disney? Wait till you get a load of this.
Yeah.
And speaking of inappropriate, here's your next legend.
All right.
Disney films have built a bit of a reputation towards containing hidden messages that generally skew towards the sexual giggity. The Lion King is one of the most popular examples, as it's been claimed by many observant viewers that the word
sex.
Don't say it out loud. That's a sinner's word. That's a sinner's word. That's not a Christian word. S-E-X, sex.
Yes, sex is spelled out by a dust cloud for a few frames after. And of course, you know that the lion and the lioness are like knocking boots, lion boots, however they're doing it.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
If you go back to episode 12, I did imitations of Nala and Simba straight up doing it. Everybody wants to be a cat.
Meow, 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 meow.
So that's the legitimate noise in my head that happens. No. But is that true or false? Quit looking up stuff on your phone. That's not.
Everybody's welcome for that. But no,
everybody wants to punch your face. Yeah.
No, that is the Lion King. That is a false urban legend.
Did you look this up?
No.
You did your research.
Yeah, I did my research.
Okay. Tell me why you think it's false.
It's false because one of the I think he was a producer, maybe one of the I think he's producer or writer or something like that.
Yep.
Said that it was a Easter egg, that it wasn't SX.
Yep.
It was SFX.
Correct.
Special effects.
Yep. Correct. So considering an F can easily look like an E, this blunder was probably. You do like to blow things. This blunder was probably not because he did the whole guns. Yeah, shooter. Blow, blow. Oh my gosh. Take your beads and go home.
It's not. It's a slug.
Oh, the slug.
Yeah.
You're reaching. No, you're right. It's true. You can see a word spelled out in the aforementioned scene, but the special effects team that worked on the movie debunked the claim by stating that the word is supposed to be FSX. So not
CX.
SEX. Put as an intended Easter egg. This is, but go back And I remember this, and I still have said cover and said original plastic. Remember the giant plastic VHS tapes from the Disney Vault for the Little
Yes.
Mermaid? And it
Yes.
shows like those are straight up dildos. Those are straight up wieners
I had
sticking up.
I had a patient bring me one.
Yeah.
She found it at a thrift store, and
Yep.
she bought it, and she was like, "My doctor's gonna love it." So she brought
Yep.
it to me, and it's nothing but, I mean, it's straight up.
If that's the lifestyle you choose, that's fine. That's fine. If the doctor's going to love it and they're into that kind of thing,
The Disney
that-
aspect of it, not
Oh.
the dildo.
oh, sorry. So sorry. Are you that doctor? No, that's not you.
She said she brought it to me. Her doctor.
you,
She
her
said
doctor.
that her doctor would like it because it's a Disney.
Oh, not the fact that it was
That it
phallic
was,
shaped.
yeah, no, not that.
Okay, sorry. I'm making an assumption. I'm
It's
very
okay.
sorry.
You know what they say about assumptions?
Stop okay. You're like, oh, you're starting to froth. Relax. You need to relax. So anyway, but yeah, the F can look like an E.
Yeah.
SFX. Good job. So we mentioned that. We mentioned the cryogenically frozen.
Yes.
But I want to hold on to it. So, you ready for the next one?
I am.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah,
I think we may have time for 2 more.
Well,
may have
I've got 5 that I don't think you would ever get. But
Oh,
yeah,
crap.
that's
All right, fine. I will shoehorn. Here we go. I got 2 more.
okay.
You ready?
Yep.
So, here we go. So, a slightly more recent legend, very recent, states that Disney's Magic Kingdom theme park is more hurricane proof than we think. Yep. Variations on this say that the park centerpiece, Cinderella's castle, can either be dismantled, folded up, or in some cases evacuated into the ground through a secret elevator to save it from intense storms. Is this true? Is that an E?
That's a false.
Oh, that's an F. Commonly mistaken for an E. You look at you circling back to making it about you and your preferences.
No.
Weird.
No.
But you said false.
I said false.
Yeah. You are correct, sir.
It would be cool.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be so like, yeah.
Because they talk about with Ron DeSantis dissolving the Reedy Creek, partnership, whatever.
Yeah.
Public Works or whatever, out direct any public work. Yeah, anything.
The tax write-off for Disney.
Correct. Most people don't know that. That they could just pack it up and move it wherever, Take it to Delaware, there's no income tax.
Or
even Texas or Arizona, there's no income tax as well. Yeah. So that being the case,
I think it would fit quite nicely in South Carolina.
Correct.
Like south of the border, but it's like Disneyland or Disney World south of the border.
How are you going to segue? Well, no, Grand Fiesta Tour, Pedro.
There you go.
It's our attraction. Yeah. Put it behind some trees. Yeah. You're good. Never see him again. So paint them like that. No see him blue. Yeah. Perfect. Yes. So while the Magic Kingdom Park, including Cinderella's Castle, is certainly built to withstand Orlando storms, there's nothing to suggest that any of these more extreme measures are true. Anyway, if this mad rumor was real, wouldn't we have already seen it in action? Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. So, yes, Cinderella Castle can be dismantled in the event of a hurricane. Cool to think about, cool to know, but yeah, not true. I have one more, and this one I've been holding on to. It's been in my back pocket, and I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready because my urban legend is too bootylicious for you, babe. Right?
I'm ready.
So, here we go. I'm queuing it up.
That's not the one. I have found it. No, it's right here. It was a variation of the one that I wanted. Thought I had it, but it's right. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the smooth jazz sounds of my voice. That's right. That's right. Relax when I talk. I am excited for the next one. No, the next one is Here's Your Legend. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends. Wait, is that what our episode is about?
Yeah.
Weird. That's
I know.
interesting.
How about
Huh.
that?
Talk about us bringing it back, you know? It's called a callback. That's what they say in the biz. A callback. It's a callback. What's wrong with you? It's cool. I did something cool there. Callback.
You did. Nice.
Callback. Thanks. So, callback. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends, including sightings of more than one real ghost, and a dispute as to whether Walt Disney himself is one of the singing busts. But the attraction's most prevalent and persistent rumor is that guests regularly spread the remains of their friends and family inside the ride. This can't be true, though, right? Is that true? Mere mortals. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go right now with that one. So first and foremost,
Yes.
Walt Disney's head is not on one of the busts. It is Thurl Ravenscroft, who voiced Tony the Tiger, as well as he's the booming bass in Green Grinning Ghosts. He also, go ahead.
No. I'm just in case I'm preparing myself in anticipation if you don't say it.
He also was, I think it was Max in Country Bear Jamboree.
And
go ahead, Abbott.
you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. So
Yeah.
he was a Disney Imagineer.
Correct.
He was also on Splash Mountain. I just found out. I don't know what
Okay.
he did on that, but yeah. So really cool. But with that being said,
Mhm.
it's a very true statement because
Mhm.
when they vacuum them up and put them in the trash. They vacuum up the ashes and they say white powder, white powder, white powder, and they vacuum up the ashes.
Huh?
The
That-
cast members
I get that.
up the ashes.
That's not what I'm reading, sir. No. Of course. But
Yeah.
is it 100%
True.
foolproof? Is
Yes.
it foolproof? Come on.
I mean, that's not the only place that people have scattered ashes.
What are you trying to say? What? Who winks after saying that, creep? This is morbid stuff we're talking about. And you're being all kind of creepish. You're going, huh?
No. I've read that there are a bunch of people that scatter ashes all over
Yes.
Disney.
So it is 100% true.
Like Pirates of the
WALT.
Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
But this one specifically for Haunted Mansion, the Wall Street Journal of all publications did an expose on the practice and found that spreading ashes at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World in general is a common occurrence that isn't limited to the Haunted Mansion. Like you're saying, take a look. Human ashes have been spread in flower beds or bushes and on Magic Kingdom lawns outside the grass gates.
Yeah.
Ugh. And during interesting enough, I'm getting some interesting intel via my computer in front of me, but that's neither here nor there. On bushes and on Magic Kingdom lawns, outside the grass park gates, and during firework displays, and on Pirates of the Caribbean, and in the moat underneath the flying elephants on the Dumbo ride. Yuck. Most frequently of all, according to custodians and park workers, They've been dispersed throughout the Haunted Mansion, the
Yep.
49-year-old attraction featuring an eerie old estate full of imaginary ghosts. The Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes that it's not even funny, said one Disneyland. I mean, obviously, we're talking what? How many years? 60 plus years?
Yeah.
Disneyland custodian. Whoa. This true Disney urban legend sure gives me the creeps. The next time I ride this iconic attraction, when we do go to Disneyland, I know it won't be. I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Literal ghosts.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
yeah.
Shaggy. Yeah.
Zoink Scoo.
Yeah.
How are we gonna make it through this one? That was sad. So,
All right.
next,
Ready for mine?
I'm ready.
All right. So, a couple things. Have you heard the legend of the bellhop that died?
I thought you were gonna say Bagger Vance.
No, the bellhop that died
Uh huh.
at the Tower of Terror. He dropped dead of a heart attack.
That's part of the theming to begin with. So debunked. Next one.
But seriously,
No, I have not.
well,
But to
apparently
me,
there's,
I would say
there's
it's
an elder
true.
gentleman who was a bellhop and he passed away from a heart
Okay.
attack. At the doors, like he was welcoming people onto the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, with that being said, Disney cast members have a kind of ritual, they have a how do I say this? They have an understanding that at closing time, it's I think it's D. I think it's elevator shaft D, that they do not ride by themselves at closing time to make sure everything's good. That they ride in pairs. Is this true or false?
To get on the D,
Is
to
it
get
true
the
or
D,
false?
to get
Is
the
it-
D.
No, that this person
It-
passed away.
It's
And
very,
false.
it's very false.
Correct.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
the reason why I say that is because there was an Imagineer that would repair or maintenance worker that would repair Pirates of the Caribbean. He did die. He did die.
Yes.
And they always, say hello. I don't know his name,
George.
but they always say hi to George.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the day, ending of the day, all that. I knew that.
Yep.
But
Very nice. There are a couple more urban legends. Number one, or actually number two, is
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland.
okay.
True or false? There were and still are actual human bones that make up skulls.
There are not. They said they have been removed.
Wrong.
They're still there.
There's one that's still there.
Really?
It's over top of, it's the skull and crossbones over top of I think it's in the pirates treasure room.
Yeah.
That is still there.
So towards the end with like Jack Sparrow,
I
where
think
he's like
so.
in the chair,
Yeah, I think so.
rocking.
It's Disneyland, not Disney World.
Yeah.
But yes.
But I know the Disneyland. I've never been. I know you haven't been either. Correct. Yep. I know that there's just like twice as long.
Yeah. That's
Something to
one of
that
the
effect.
ones I want to go to.
Yeah.
So
Never knew that. I'd
Is
heard
that-
they had used, but I would have said false.
where do they get the skeletal remains from?
A local museum.
The rumor has it, the legend has
Yeah.
it,
Uh-huh.
they got it from UCLA's medical center, and that they were convicted. They were criminals that gave their body to science.
Oh wow. Ugh. Okay, well, lucky for me, I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting any sleep. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Two more, and I'm done.
You're good. You keep going.
There were four videos, four ghosts that came out.
Yeah.
One was over top of Cinderella's castle, standing on top of Cinderella's castle. I can't think of. I think it was either Disney. I mean, it was Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah.
One was. I think it was Disneyland. It was Disneyland. Then there was another one of a ghost. So a ghost was standing on top of Cinderella's castle on one of the turrets. And there was another video of a security footage of a ghost walking down the Haunted Mansion's driveway in Disneyland. Then there was another thing, another security camera footage caught a ghost getting out or getting into a Space Mountain spaceship, one of the seats. And then there was another security cam footage of two ghosts being on a Tower of Terror ride while someone was riding it, while one of the maintenance men was riding it. True or false?
100% true.
False.
False. I would think maybe one of those, there was some kind of questionable evidence, right?
False. They were all questionable evidence. A cast member who worked with marketing, actually, they green screened everything and did it so that they could raise more awareness and get more people to come to Disneyland.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's viral marketing.
Viral marketing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Then the last thing. Actually, I got the last one I'm going to do.
45 more. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I probably could get a couple more, but I'm going to do one more.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh in Disneyland used to be where the Country Bear Jamborees used to be.
Okay.
When you go on that ride, if you look back over your shoulder, when you go into the forest,
yes,
you can see Max, Buck, and Buff.
I would say
the animatronic,
the full size.
No, the animatronic, the deer, the moose, and the buffalo from Country Bear Jamborees on the wall.
I would say true, because they always pay homage to the ride previously.
That is correct.
And the reason I say that is because if you ride the Winnie the Pooh ride at Walt Disney World, as soon as you start, look to your left. There's a quick, the blink of an eye, you miss it. There's a little scene, not too big, but it's obvious, but it goes by fast, of Mr. Toad handing over the deed to Owl. Exactly.
Yep.
So there you go. Yep. And what's even cooler, and a lot of people know this one, is in the graveyard when you're leaving the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. Look to your left, very top left corner, and they'll move it from time to time. But the past 3 times that I've been over the past 2 years or 3 years, hasn't moved. But it's Mr. Toad, a little statue of him in the graveyard.
Yep. And when did it come about?
98. I'm not sure.
When Mr. Toad's ride. Very simple question. Very simple answer. When Mr. Toad's ride got removed.
What year was it removed?
I don't know, but it was removed.
Yes. I thought you were asking me.
No.
And I'm literally giving you a stupid answer to a great question.
Yeah.
1998. What is it?
I don't know.
Helpful. Helpful.
Oh, what? Last one. I promise.
Okay. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Disneyland. There is an eerie lamp at Walt Disney World's old apartment. Walt Disney had an apartment over top of the fire department in Disneyland. And when there's a lamp in the window that never goes out. Did you know that?
True. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
and this is legit a ghost story. Um, there have been cast members and custodians that have gone up to clean it.
Yep.
And one custodian went to turn it off. She turned it off, went back downstairs, looked up, it was back on. She did it again and again, and she swore she could have heard somebody say, "I'm still here." Whether that's Walt Disney or not, who knows? But
Right. See ya. Keep the retirement. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Farewell. Bonjour. Adios. Farewell. No bienvenidos. Peace out, mother trucker. There would be an Abbott-shaped hole in the wall. No gracias.
see, I like this creepy stuff.
Yeah, it's cool to talk about, but then you start imagining. Is that the definition of an Imagineer? No, not to be creeped out and like to have to wear dark brown pants all the time.
I like this stuff. So little background.
Sure.
At UVA, there was a old. It honest to goodness looked like the Haunted Mansion at Disney World.
Okay.
Old building, up on Observatory Hill Road.
Mhm.
There was an observatory up at UVA. When you took
Yep.
anatomy, you had to go up there and see the stars and the planets and everything like that. Well, my freshman year,
Mhm.
dorm backed up to that road, and so we
Yes.
would go up there. And the last night of, and I'm not incriminating myself, but the last night of our first year at UVA, we don't say freshman year; it's our first year. Yeah, we went up and walked that road. Talk about creepy, 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 creepy. You could it was old
Mhm.
dean's home, and you couldn't get in it. We didn't try. We looked into the windows to see like
Mhm.
what was in there.
Yeah.
And I swear, I felt like I was getting ready to be welcomed, foolish mortals, to the haunted mansion like that. Like it was cool but creepy.
Sorry. That I'm living vicariously through the story, but I just know it doesn't matter what I've eaten. It doesn't matter what I've had to drink. I'm going to absolutely request brown pants if I go to a scary place. I'm going to crap myself. I'm going to release the bowels, release the demons, literally, because I am superstitious. I lived in Charleston. I went to graduate school at the College of Charleston. I used to walk from the bars. I used to walk from wherever, from middle of campus or from work, or even leaving from my townhouse that I was staying in. Yes, I lived with Emily for a year before we got married. It's out in the open. We've been married over 15 years. Who cares? Been together almost 18 years. Whatever. Sorry, Ned Rose, but you're never going to hear this because you'll never figure out how to actually push play and listen to it. I've showed you before. It's easy. It's easy. Urban myth. Old people can listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
False. False.
Yeah.
No, but no, I can give you stories from the South, but living in Charleston, is there magic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there ghosts?
Yeah.
110%. So creepy this, old abandoned that, walking by it. No. Peace out, mother trucker. I'm walking the other way. I choose life. I choose the light. I am a light person. Well,
See?
not to make it racial, but I'm don't want to be scared.
Yeah. See, I would probably scream like a little girl, but I would welcome it. I just find this stuff cool and fascinating.
So the question is, who is that woman being assaulted? Oh no, it's just Taylor and or Abbott
Running.
seeing their own reflection in a mirror.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, I think we've pretty much hit every part of this episode. I think we've hit all the content. I mean, this is some grade A
stuff.
high quality H2O. I mean,
And
high quality content.
I think we're at probably like an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
Hour and 10
not
minutes. Like it's
And
been
if you're,
one of the better podcasts, I think.
I think so. Forget Ryland, forget space.
I mean, yeah. Urban legends.
Whatever.
Weird.
Urban legends. Yeah. So this is part 1 of like 30. So yeah, buckle up. If you're driving to Disneyland for like the East Coast, we got you covered.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But no, seriously, this is like the perfect podcast to listen to when you travel to Disney. When you drive to Disney, regardless of Disneyland, Disney World, Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, Disney Sea, Hong Kong Disneyland, Hong Konga, whatever, right? That's it. So, last thing, I'm not going to say it specifically, but I'm going to put it out there. We have huge, and I mean huge confirmed news in regards to a very special guest joining us that's going to be giving a first-hand account of something that is brand new to the Disney metaverse. And we are going to be one of the first podcasts that actually haven't. You can get that yawn out. It's interesting. Get the yawn out.
I'm good.
You're good. Because I'm just. You think you're subtle, and it's not being slick, but just the. You can let it out. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
That's what you look like. You look like.
No, and that's what you look like right there behind your hand. Yeah, that one.
Too hot. Ooh, talk about.
But no, but this is incredible news.
Yes. Yeah. No, this to me, it is a Ross Geller pivot moment for us.
Yeah.
You know. So, and right then and there, I want to naturally go. My impression of Ross Geller pivot. Whatever. I'm not gonna do it. But even just that little, it sounded pretty good. No, not so much.
I'd rather you do the Munchkin voice from earlier.
Way to put somebody on the spot. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
We represent the lollipop kid. The lollipop kid. The lollipop. We should stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Ready.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on, real
what
quick.
you got?
I want to show you something.
Yep.
What does that say?
That says Munchkins. Munchkin holes. They're very small, but good luck trying to find them. So, yeah. No, they're donut holes. They're called Munchkins, apparently. Not Dunkin' Donuts, but Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know anything about Munchkin holes, but, you're not going to hear this part because you've already given up on the podcast. So, but speaking of holes, we're going to fill it good with new content coming up soon.
Yes.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
So next week is going to be definitely one for the ages. But in 2 weeks, we are going to have this new special edition episode. It's a little sooner than expected, but this one is going to be, like I said, very special guest. It's going to be one that I don't have to do any research for. Thank the sweet Lord. But I'm just going to sit back, relax. Taylor's going to hopefully be able to join in. Yep. No pressure there. But that being the case, it's going to be fun. We're going to kill it, and we're going to bring you what you crave. The Disney Dudes podcast content you were born to listen to.
Yep.
So I'm Disney Dude Abbott.
I'm Disney Dude Taylor.
And
this has been Let's Get Weird, Disney Dudes podcast episode 14.
So weird.
Yeah. See ya.
Peace. All right.